10 historical places to see in Istanbul and their stories. Istanbul is one city that has seen many civilizations, and this aspect is still very much alive. It was once the capital of the Byzantine Empire, which means that its history is rich with artifacts and relics from all over the world. Istanbul is also a great place to visit if you're looking to learn more about Turkey's past, especially because it's so close to Mount Ararat in eastern Turkey. Here are some historical places in Istanbul you should check out. Hagia Sophia. The Hagia Sophia is an ancient church that was built by Emperor Justinian in the 6th century. It was converted into a mosque in 1453, but has since been restored and turned into one of Istanbul's most famous attractions. Today it serves as both a museum and a mosque. Some call it the most important architectural monument in the world. Topkapi Palace. Topkapi Palace is a former royal residence in Istanbul, Turkey. It was the official residence of the Ottoman sultans for approximately 400 years, 1459 to 1923, until it was turned into a museum. Topkapi Palace was built by Mehmet II, the Conqueror, on the site where his father Bayezid I had built an imperial hunting lodge called Yavuz Sultan Selim Sarai or Iznik Sarai. The palace complex covers over 500 acres and includes gardens, mosques and other structures such as baths or water cisterns. The complex consists of 4 main parts: Topkapi Sarai, Palace, Hagia Sophia, Mosque, Yerebatan Sarai, Fortress, and Kursunlu Mosque. Basilica Cistern. The cistern is a subterranean reservoir and was built by Justinian in the 6th century. It is located below Hagia Sophia, which was built on top of it. The cistern has 336 columns, each one made out of marble or granite. It was used as a water supply for the Great Palace, where Emperor Justinian lived during his reign as ruler of Byzantine Empire. The cistern is now an important historical place where you can see its foundation and mosaics on display inside Hagia Sophia Museum next door, if you are lucky enough. Maiden's Tower. Maiden's Tower is a historical place to see in Istanbul. It was built in the 7th century BC, and it has been used by many empires over time. The Byzantines used it as a lighthouse, while the Ottomans used it as a prison for political prisoners. If you're looking for something different on your trip to Turkey, this may be an interesting stop. The tower is located on an edge of Bosphorus that overlooks both sides of Istanbul. It's definitely worth checking out if you have time. Sultanahmet Square. Sultanahmet Square is one of the most important places in Istanbul. It's surrounded by some of the city's most iconic structures, including the Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia. The square also houses ornate cisterns, water storage tanks, which were used to store water for public use until recently when they were converted into museums housing artifacts from ancient times. The area around Sultanahmet Square offers some great shopping options if you are looking to buy souvenirs or enjoy dinner out on your trip to Istanbul. There are plenty of restaurants that offer both traditional Turkish cuisine as well as international cuisine like Italian or Spanish cuisines, so if you want something different than what's offered at your hotel, then this could be just what you need. If you're interested in seeing some sights while exploring this part of town, then make sure not only do we recommend visiting these historical landmarks, but also make sure that they don't get too crowded, because otherwise chances are good that it won't feel like much fun anymore once everything gets packed together like sardines. Gulhane Park. Gulhane Park is located in the Sarayburnú neighborhood, and was built by Sultan Mahmud II in 1837. The park is named after his wife, whose name means flower garden in Turkish. It's also home to a statue of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, the founder of modern Turkey and its first president, who lived nearby for most of his life before going on to win World War I at Gallipoli Peninsula and die on Macedonia's Mount Olympus at age 39. Historic Peninsula. The historic peninsula is a great place to see Istanbul's history. It was the center of the city in Byzantine times, and it has many historical buildings built during this time. The area also has some museums that are worth visiting if you're interested in learning more about what life was like here hundreds of years ago. Dolmabahce Palace. Dolmabahce Palace is one of the most important historical buildings in Istanbul. It was built by Sultan Abdülhamit II between 1887 and 1896, and it features a large number of European influences. The palace has been restored several times since its construction, most recently in 2011 when it was opened to the public after being closed for more than 100 years. The palace's architecture includes many Ottoman architectural elements like arches and domes, but it also incorporates Roman columns into its design, as well as unique elements like glass windows that allow visitors to see inside the building without having to go through metal detectors, which would ruin their clothes.